SpaceX's market debut on Friday is expected to be the largest ever IPO.
His name is Elon Musk. He saved free speech. He created so many different great things. He created the first major American car company in generations, and his rocket company is the only reason we can now send American astronauts into space.
And it shows what innovation and determination can achieve. SpaceX continues to grow, creating new opportunities and pushing technology forward. Whether you agree or disagree, this is a moment many people around the world are talking about. Thank you, and let's keep building for the future.
The goal is to give people hope that there is a path to a fully sustainable global economy, that we are on that path, that we are accelerating that path, and that so long as we don't get complacent about it, it will happen.
This was really the beginning of the end of the Tesla bubble. I actually think the company could go bust.
Tesla's Model Y is the world's best-selling car, beating out Toyota's RAV4 and its Corolla models.
Regarding FSD version 12, it's profound. The rate of improvement is rapid. It might be the biggest asset value appreciation in history when you can do unsupervised full self-driving.
I mean, that just sounds like a story stock, autonomous taxi. I mean, can you really balance your checkbook with, sort of pie in the sky predictions like that?
If you ask the wrong question, the right answer is impossible.
My prediction is that a majority of Tesla's long-term value will be Optimus. And that prediction I'm very confident of. It's very rare a product comes along that is seemingly impossible, that experts said would never be made. And this is one of those times. Finally, the future will look like the future. People say, why'd you make it bulletproof? I'm like, why not?
Energy storage deployments, the Megapack in particular, reached an all-time high in Q1, leading to record profitability for the energy business.
This is the machine that builds the machine, and the factory is the product. And this building is the most advanced car factory that Earth has ever seen.
If you value Tesla as an auto company, it's just the wrong framework. If somebody doesn't believe Tesla's going to solve autonomy, I think they should not be an investor in the company. But we will. And we are.
So just over a couple of hours ago now, the largest stock market flotation in history happened. SpaceX launched on the NASDAQ. Only 4% of shares, but already valuing the company as one of the most valuable in the world, in fact. Paul Kelso, our correspondent, is here now, keeping an eye on the live price, Paul. But the trillion-dollar question is Elon Musk a trillionaire?
By our calculations, we think he is. So what we're looking at here, this is the live price from the NASDAQ of SpaceX. Before the market opened, we knew that the company had raised $75 billion from investors who paid $135 for each of those shares. That put Musk's, he owns 40% of this company. There's two things going on. We've got the biggest float in stock market history, and we've got this race to be the first 12-0 man. Musk was 20 billion short of that. Our calculations are that this 20% plus increase in the share price, at one point it was up at 160, it's at 157 right now, is enough to make him a trillionaire. It's a phenomenal amount of money. He was already the richest on earth. He's now got, he now needs 12 zeros to count his net worth.
I couldn't even get beyond a few zeros myself. But there we are. This was SpaceX HQ in Texas as the flotation happened earlier on. And I'm sure they're really popping the corks now. I think I read Paul just very briefly. It's not only going to take him over the trillionaire threshold, it takes plenty of others involved with the company into billionaire status.
Absolutely. There are plenty of private investors already in this business. They can't sell those shares for a year, but they now know they can put a number on them. They're not in Elon's class, but they are very, very wealthy people.
I've been covering wealth for over 20 years. This is one of those major moments to talk about because Elon Musk just becoming the world's first trillionaire. At that trading price right now of around $160, his stake in SpaceX now worth $820 billion. You add in that Tesla stake worth about $280 billion, and his total net worth as we have it right now is over $1.1 trillion. So Elon Musk is worth more than the next 5 richest billionaires in the world combined. His personal fortune is larger than the GDPs of Sweden, Ireland, or Taiwan. Today's IPO alone added more than $300 billion to his net worth. So just today, he added more wealth than Jeff Bezos' entire net worth.
Elon Musk has officially become the world's first trillionaire. Yes, Elon Musk, who was born in South Africa and later moved to the United States, has made history as the first person ever to reach a net worth of around 1.1 trillion US dollars. But how much is $1 trillion? To put it in perspective, if Elon Musk spent $1 million every single day without missing a day, it would still take him nearly 2,740 years to spend $1 trillion. The biggest reason behind this milestone is SpaceX. As the company's value surged, Musk's ownership stake pushed his fortune beyond the $1 trillion mark. He also holds major stakes in Tesla, XAI, Neuralink, and other companies. Today, Musk's wealth is larger than the economies of many countries. His business empire spans electric cars, rockets, satellites, artificial intelligence, and brain-computer technology. And here's the most shocking part. If you combine the net worth of the world's next 4 richest people, Elon Musk is still worth more than all of them put together. Now tell us, what is your net worth? Let us know in the comments.
Here are the meteoric numbers that have sent the spaceflight business into orbit. $1.75 trillion is the valuation Elon Musk's company is targeting. That would instantly rank it among the world's most valuable companies. At $135 per share, SpaceX would trade at a trailing price-to-sales multiple of roughly 94. That's above companies such as Nvidia, Amazon, and Meta, and sees investors asked to pay a premium. $18.67 billion is how high company sales reached last year, rising by a third. Starlink Network did the heavy lifting, making up 60% of the total sales. That was thanks to its 10.3 million users across 9,600 satellites. After a single launch in 2006, SpaceX has far outpaced rivals, now managing 2 launches every week. That makes it the go-to launch partner for NASA and the Pentagon.
Godspeed, Bob and Doug!
But AI losses have weighed. Merging with the money-losing XAI pushed the company to a net loss of $4.94 billion last year, down from a profit of $791 million.
And that's what SpaceX is all about. It's to take the fiction out of science fiction and create an exciting, inspiring future for everyone. We want to be able to take anyone who wants to go to the moon, anyone who wants to go to Mars, or anyone in the solar system, and maybe beyond the solar system at some point. We want to be able to take you there. Not just a few astronauts. I mean you, literally you. There are always problems on Earth. There are always problems on Earth. There are always things that we wish to be better, that we want to solve here on Earth, and we should solve them. But there also have to be things that get you excited about the future, that make you glad to wake up in the morning because you can't wait to see what happens next. And that's the future that SpaceX wants to bring to you.
We are about to witness the largest liquidity trap in history. The SpaceX IPO drops on the NASDAQ next week, and 1 week before launch, Fidelity cut the minimum investment from $500,000 to just $2,000. How convenient. Suddenly, every retail investor can buy. Now look at the market it launches into. By historical standards, stocks have only been this expensive once in 155 years. March 2000, right before the NASDAQ crashed almost 80%. The big institutions have barely any cash left to keep buying, and Warren Buffett is sitting on $400 billion in cash, refusing to touch this market. And here's the catch. In most IPOs, insiders are locked in and cannot sell for months, not with SpaceX. The early investors can cash out early, but every share they sell needs a buyer. Guess who just got invited to buy? Retail, the last buyers, as always.
Elon has designed a brilliant plan to not let SpaceX's price fall after it IPOs this Friday. Typically, IPOs stipulate that pre-IPO investors cannot sell for the first 180 days. Elon took that a step, or maybe 10 steps, further. SpaceX isn't just locking up insiders, it's structuring the lockup so selling pressure can't hit the stock unless the stock is already cooking. Insiders can sell a limited amount of SpaceX after it reports earnings. But to unlock a meaningful chunk, SpaceX's stock has to be trading 30% above its IPO price. Translation? If the stock is weak, insiders stay locked. If the stock is strong, then some selling is allowed. And here's the kicker. SpaceX is getting fast-tracked into the NASDAQ index just 15 days after trading. So passive index funds become forced buyers right as insider selling is being tightly controlled. Limited supply, forced demand. And Elon controls that supply faucet. I'm not saying it can't go down, but this is the cleanest IPO support structure I have ever seen.
AI is so consequential and so transformational that I think the American people are sitting back and saying, wait a minute, we cannot just allow these guys to re-alter society. We have got to have some input in that. And you're seeing that, Caitlin, right now all over this country in terms of opposition to data centers. And I think clearly a significant part of that opposition is people don't want to pay higher electric bills. They're worried about the noise, the environmental impact. But I think in the back of people's minds saying, hey, are my kids going to be able to have any jobs? Are is my daughter going to be hooked up to some AI bots in an emotional relationship? Are millions of jobs going to be wiped out? People are very worried about AI. They want some input into how it unfolds in the future.
Hey Grok, everyone is saying that the SpaceX IPO is a trap for retail investors. Do you think it is?
It's got trap written all over it for most retail investors. They're pricing it at $135 a share for a $1.77 trillion valuation. That's roughly 100 times last year's $18.7 billion in revenue, while the company lost nearly $5 billion. Starlink's doing great, but the rest is burning serious cash on rockets, satellites, and AI bets. Morningstar thinks it's worth less than half that, around $780 billion. Classic IPO pattern. Huge hype, pop on day one, then reality sets in with the lockups and execution risks. The big early investors have been in at way lower prices. You're buying at the top of the private market frenzy. If you're dead set on owning it, wait for the post-IPO dust to settle and buy on a dip instead of chasing the opening frenzy. High risk, high reward story, but the price looks frothy.